Hey, when did you get here?
Welcome.
Live. Yo, 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 what is up? Welcome to the stream. It's time to duel. It's yo, what's up, twin? Yo, Astro, thank you for the thank you for the hydrate. I'm in a good mood. We are hella close to beating this goddamn game, and it is. This game is quite likely one of the best games played. We're in space. R1. Finally gonna watch some Tales stream by the time I play this. I'll forget. Yo, true. Best Tales game? This is my favorite Tales game so far. I know some people still think Symphonia is better, which, like, to each their own. I like this better than Symphonia.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Wow.
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me.
Eggshells?
I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask.
Walking with the club or not?
Not being able to touch people. Does it ever get lonely sometimes?
It's probably very
I
lonely.
guess I never really thought about it in those terms.
Systeria was kind of trash. Oh no.
Come undone.
Actually, wait, I think I agree with you. I think I played Systeria and hated it.
My everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness?
We're fairly close to the end of this one, though.
It's fine.
Like, I think we've got this little section of story,
But
and then side quests, and then the final dungeon.
Your shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I
Internet
get rid
problems
of
are all
these
solved.
thorns,
Got a new
I
modem.
guess I'll
Everything's
have to
good.
put up with it
Dope.
just
That's
a
good to
little
hear.
longer.
How many hours? I'll check after this
Alphen
cutscene.
promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
God damn it, there's another skit. Okay, how many hours do I have in the game so far? Save. I have 53 hours currently. So not too bad. At all, actually. And this is 53 hours doing, like, almost as much as I can.
Out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation.
Oh, no.
You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution
Yo,
can
mommy?
cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, so elevator, I believe, is... Oh, okay.
I still can't get over what we saw happen.
Right, so we are in space. Okay.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated among.
Maybe I'll beat this, and then Shin Megami Tensei will come out. Maybe that's... No, wait, I gotta finish up that Final Fantasy marathon. Nathan, stop being lazy.
Dohalim.
Yo, that gamble, though? Oh my god. Another skit! There's so many skits, you can tell it's the end.
Someone formidable. That beam of light joining Dana and Rena.
Yo, grats on the win,
women's
Dan.
side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the
Skip the
wedge
side
and
quest in
unite us?
FF15, beat it. Yeah, but after FF15, I'm going to World of Final Fantasy.
But what are they
Um,
Is it
and
to really
actually, I mean,
going
we've
through
already
all this
finished
trouble
all the
just to
side
steal
quests in
Dan's
15.
energy?
That was like the last stream we did for 15 was finishing the side quests, the last side quest. And then we're heading to Altissia now, which is just a railroad to the end of the game after that.
Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't
Yeet.
stand still in the meantime.
But yeah, still have World of Final Fantasy to play afterwards before we get back to 7. So still some things to do. Okay, so there's an elevator. Is that a door? It is not. Okay, so we go to the elevator. Oh, god damn it, there's like actually like multiple levels. Okay. Central level it is. E2. Hey, Guzzy, thank you for the sub. That's almost a whole goddamn year! Oh, like that buzz. Yo, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alright, nothing, no treasure. No treasure chests. How goes it tonight? It goes it pretty good. It goes. How about you, son?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that?
Heading out for Boneheart Juice? Nice. Not bad, I'm one of those. Hey, what the hell do I play today? Oh, true.
It's one of those! A red woman in disguise.
A red woman?
Is this their true form?
So it
That
was
was
a
kind of
trap.
fucked. Yo, true. That does suck. I'm not a big fan of those days. Also, just reading leaks. Leaks are always fun. Except I don't know how I feel about the Diamond and Pearl leaks right now.
Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
They've apparently data mined Arceus as well.
That is correct. It
Interesting.
is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these
Hello,
days.
robot?
It can talk.
Coexisting files within DP. Oh, true.
What are you?
Okay.
Half-Rec 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
Yeah, I would believe the Diamond and Pearl leaks.
No, wait, before
The
that,
Arceus leaks, like, without a demo.
are you
Although I guess the
someone
games can
associated
connect,
with
but
the
without a
Red
demo, I would still be like,
Before
grain
I
of salt.
I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
Dude's playing it on YouTube. Oh, that's hilarious.
We did not come to this place by choice.
Yeah.
Our ship was
So it's
navigated
like
from
every other
Earth
fucking
by a
Pokemon
group of
game
red
that
women
like
who can shift into
it
the same
gets street
form as you.
dated. It misses street date, and then all of a sudden, like someone's playing it on
We can
YouTube for
assume
2
my
weeks.
brethren who
Got
serve
it.
The Great Spirit have deemed you all to be
If there's gonna be a
threat
massive day
most
one
grave.
patch, okay.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Yo, I'm blue.
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You
Yo,
have
massive
nothing
day one
to give
patch
away.
for a Pokemon game. We're doomed.
Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden. are
Lots of people
among
don't
them.
play Pokemon with internet. Oh,
However,
true.
you are
True.
under
Yo,
control.
Val with the hydrate.
I see why
I
they
got
view
you.
as a danger now.
Did I take my meds today? I did take my meds today.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
DP
I shall
remakes for
now
Rush,
answer the
Shocker from
questions.
Game Freak, but it's not
Please,
Game Freak working on this game, so that
understand.
kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm
The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise.
I'm
we
pretty-
employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helgan?
I'm pretty, like, not tilted by it, but, like, I'm disappointed by, like, what the, Diamond Pearl remake seemed like.
Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from
Yeah.
the Great Spirit's influence,
I'm still gonna
used
play
any
it.
and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out
Good
to
time
monitor
killer,
and
yep.
research Rena and Dana.
Especially with Endwalker delayed. Good time killer.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct.
Did I start my captions?
The
Oh
great
shit, I did.
astral spirit is a large mass of
Look at
astral
it, click
energy
to start
that fills
captions.
all of Rena,
Bam, there we go.
one with its own
Watching
will,
battles and they look very
a voice
nice.
we cannot
Sick.
refuse.
I'm glad that they look
A
good.
voice?
I'm
Just like Dana.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. No competitive in the game that looks clean, so that's always the worst. Haven't played a Pokemon game since Crystal.
Does that mean
Well,
it was controlling your mind?
You that just means that you haven't had to deal with the most up and down disappointment and excitement ever.
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Yeah, you left at a great time.
Back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Pokemon is such a hard series to like. I'm pretty sure I only play it because it's Pokemon.
And in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana
Your
is
fear.
much smaller and quieter compared to that
It's not
of
gonna end
Rena's
well,
great
yeah.
spirit. Rena's astral energy
Don't
is
remaster the
much
music and then make it
whereas Dana's is shared among all
make
its
it
constituents.
MIDI files.
So thinly
That's
is
rough.
that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so
Yeah.
much of that energy
Gen
has
4 has some of the best
accumulated.
music in the series.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Yep, I feel that.
Is that why the crowd...
That's the game that got me playing competitive for the first
So
time.
that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling success. However,
That was my first
recreating the
Digimon tournament.
Renasalma
It was very fun, actually. And I did pretty well. I came 115th out of 512.
So
And
that's
I'm
because the
in
purpose
2
of
more tournaments. One on Saturday,
means to
this coming
harvest the
Saturday,
necessary energy
and
from
one in
Dana.
2 weeks. Hey, Streamer, did I take my meds today? I did take my meds today, thank you.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Yo, hell yeah. We're playing a JRPG. It's time to kill God. Let's go. Top 5 things to put on a hot dog? I can't answer that. Because hot dogs are
What makes you say
disgusting.
that?
So there's top 5 nothings to put on a hot dog.
The final
That's
stage
good to
of
hear
the
the card games
spirit
actually sticking
channeling.
around. Yeah, it's nice that Digimon is finally getting a card game that's good. They are not. Oh no, I just pissed off people. Whoops. Sorry, hot dogs are ass.
It will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Those hot dogs are
Why do you want
ass.
us to kill the Great Spirit?
He's right.
Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit,
Are we acting
our
some kind of way?
species
Oh
is on the
no.
brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dig Phasal.
Dig Phasal.
Hey! Hey!
There's a new Korean pogo hot dog
It's
place.
no
Yo!
I think
There
it's
is a
done
line
to us.
every time I drive past there. I'm always just like, what is this fucking place? Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's over by the barbershop that I go to.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
Remember having
To be
pogos?
honest,
Okay, that stuff's trash.
the
Honestly, though,
conversation went on for so
I ain't
long,
trying to eat that.
I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of
Nani
Rana wants to
gasai.
see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what it's.
Rather go full ghetto and eat my bologna sandwiches. Oh god.
Destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrek 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are
It's
either.
time to
Maybe
duel.
it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
But who are they? Okay. Upper level still sealed? It's not. I can't tell if I'm going the right way and I hate it. Okay, we found the balcony. It's pretty fucking cool. We're in space. Man, these games are always like super fantastical games, and then all of a sudden, you're in space. Every time. Every JRPG ever. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, high fantasy. And then at the end of the game, yeah, so, you guys ready to go to Eberron? Like, alright, fast travel point out. A fast travel point that I cannot use. Is that a side quest I see? What the f... Why? Japan has a problem with God, honestly. The bad guy's on the fucking moon. Go. The bad guy's on the fucking moon. Go fight some flans and mooses. Wait a minute. Yeah, also, every JRPG ever, you will fight the Pope. You will square the fuck up with religion, like...
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's
Who
just
the
been so
fuck
long
is this
since I've seen
person?
any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renin?
This guy just been hanging out on the fucking
Yeah, I
spaceship?
guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
Probably, you know,
There
because
isn't anyone else we can talk to.
space people.
I
Reminds
guess
me of
we should
FF9
ask
where all of a
around
sudden
here.
you start seeing a bunch of Zidane lookalikes and I'm just like, what the fuck's happening? Yup. Yup. It's just like, alright, we're at the end of the game, time to throw a loop in the plot.
Have you guys lived
Sorry,
out there in
Zidane
Great Fraser with
lookalikes.
Hevrect 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegus from the outside.
Mood.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was
Digi
terrible.
modify.
Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been
Digivolution
destroyed.
activate.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renins. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renin won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegus is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit?
Tired.
If so, why aren't Renins affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renins.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrect 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
I see that we're now in a lore section again.
Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us. No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Oh man, that was only one person.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes.
I'm gonna play Star
Do you
Ocean
know
when
what
it comes
the main
out.
objective was?
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
Use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient.
I've never been a big
Second, we had to figure
I've never
out
been
how to
big
convert
on
Dana's energy
the Star
so it
Ocean
would be
series. Like, I've
compatible
never
with
played
Rena.
any of it.
I take it the solutions to those problems would
but
use the wedge for the
it does
collection,
interest
and then
me.
the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renaissance.
Yeah, I've just outright, like, never played it. Like, they always, like, came out and I was just like, yeah, but, like, I could just buy Final Fantasy games.
And implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Bravely Default 2 any good?
Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed,
Yes.
it's quite a lot of energy.
Yes, it is.
At this point, it's
I think
likely
I played through it twice. Both of my save files were like 80 to 90 hours long. It's very good.
I've mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes. And yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
Death buy it on Steam. Do I need to know about the
talks
first
like
one?
the potential
No,
of the
actually.
world is just another job.
So
People
Bravely
tell me
Default
that these
1
guys have been living alone up there for a
and
long
Bravely
time.
2nd
Who knows
are
what's
sequels to
going on.
each other. Bravely Default 2 is completely separate from the other games, so you don't need to know anything about them.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Yeah, it's very good.
Please.
I highly
tell us
recommend
more
it.
about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
What?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Oh, shit.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't, but there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language, people of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware
What?
that the people are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it.
Oh no.
Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed?
Yo, everybody's the same.
Dohalim.
Sick.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Nuts.
And let's hope this is our last revelation.
Feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm
Battle
still trying to process
of
the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
This dude just said the Renans aren't Renans, but Danans, and the big dudes have nanotech, then made Danans into Renans, and what the fuck's... Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
It's fair to say that we found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
Astral energy!
The Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
Thinking?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and
Thinking
for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay.
Damn.
You
Why?
sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Your party has been...
Everyone's just
Oh
gone.
my god, another...
Everything we thought we knew. It was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
But if Hevrek 35 was telling the truth, and this was all just one massive lie, does that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so. Or at least I hope not. I think it just means we've lost our foothold for now. That's all.
Very tired
Really?
today.
Well,
But also,
we've
Tails.
lost it. I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Make one, huh? I see. Right then. Count me in.
Yo, we have livestock that have reached maturity? It's a fucking inn? I literally don't need to cook. Let's... Here to hoard channel points to eventually drown Chalk. Doesn't help this past however long it's been only dialogue. Yeah, it's, there's definitely been a lot of dialogue.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's just because, like, we're literally at the end.
Any better now?
But, like, yeah, it's, I'm extremely interested in the story, but it is, like, hard to stay
We're
awake.
all struggling to wrap our minds around it all. But he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned?
Oh, boy.
And the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left
We're gonna
for us
beat
to
its
do is
ass.
stop it.
Yeah.
Renans. I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans.
What?
So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well...
Oh my gosh. That's not open.
I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah.
Conflict?
It'd be
There's
nice if
no
one day people
conflict.
could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that.
Right at
to
the
also
borderline.
embrace each other's pain, in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else.
Hamilton!
I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
There's nobody! Nothing here! What are you barking at? You're just being an idiot. I don't even want to talk to you. You're a stupid boy. Dum-dum. Damn, we just made this guy alive again. This guy keeps collapsing. He should probably stop doing that. Yo, more dialogue? Rinwell?
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell?
Terribly.
Talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Dan and mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know what that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right?
Yeah.
I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah. I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else.
Hell
I
yeah.
was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danon and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Renwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Hevric 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe
Yeah,
they
it's
don't
because
know
everyone's
either.
trying to kill each other.
Maybe.
Come on.
But regardless,
Step it up.
At the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
I'll be back. No skit, good. No skit, good. Okay, so they're all over this way. Thank God the party's not, like, huge, so that we do get this done pretty quickly.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still
yeah.
had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for
So
me,
much
to teach me
lore
what's really
at
important.
one moment.
I just had to open up and listen.
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about. All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah, I think it does.
Who's that girl?
It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Alright, lore, Jesus Christ. Law is no longer having a fit. Got it. Over here. Alright.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one.
True.
I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside
This should be the last
untold
one.
state that Rena may be in. If we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why...
You're the same.
There's a lot happening right now, guys. There's a lot happening right now.
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
I fucking barked. Barked.
Honest,
I just said barked. I fucking burped. There we go.
Actually.
And just...
I mean, I might
shit
be a
didn't...
Renan in
shit
the
just
literal
didn't
sense,
work?
but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip.
That is
I would
depressing.
have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Damn, this is
I
getting
know.
hella flirty
Don't
now.
worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live.
Whoa there, Savior
That's
Girl.
the honest truth.
Well, is
Okay,
everybody
another
ready to do what
cutscene.
needs to be done?
Jesus Christ.
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy.
Oh.
But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony.
I don't know why I'm
showed
dancing.
that
I'm just
vision.
waiting.
And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
while the main body resides in Rena.
Shion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit,
Aw,
I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
Let's beat its ass!
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for mere
yeah.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Hevrek 35 has been observing the great astral spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is.
Do we get to play? Members who have left? Oh hell, oh my god, a skit. There's another skit!
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renaissance stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
I'm gonna play this when I got nowhere to go.
Worst.
It is just this area. I should probably be clear about that. Just this like final area seems to be like we're just gonna dump lore on
In
you.
any case, if we're truly going to make a difference, it's on Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine. I'm sure of it.
Right.
Alright, talk to Hevrek 35. That's on Central, okay. Alright, we're gonna go kill God.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
Astral energy!
Destroy that core.
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden.
Hey, that's us.
They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Christ.
That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible.
Oh my god, can we just kill everyone?
Spirit. That is why
That's my vote. We kill everybody.
to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renus Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renus Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony. Considering that the Renus Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed, I cannot
So
allow
we just have to go beat the
its
shit out of
uncertainty
Ulrich.
is
It'll be
simply
fine.
too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
Damn right.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renus Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renus Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegus.
It is likely that the Renus Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all.
Henrik 35.
Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man.
The truth. And another skit? Oh my god. I just want to kill the... I want to kill God now. I just let me fight God.
There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. And with the amount of energy we're talking about here.
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrek 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
Okay. Wait for the starship repairs to finish. Does that mean go to sleep? Hi there, lady. Rest. Okay. Another cutscene.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that.
Yo, Mia mute with a raid? Hey yo, welcome to the cutscenes. We've been watching a lot of cutscenes. Welcome. Hi, hope you're having a great day.
But as equals for the first time in our lives.
Yo, what's up,
I'm sure there were some
Steve?
Renans who still hated us on the inside.
Yo, thank you for the follow.
Not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good.
Fair warning for anybody who just came along. We are at basically the end of this game.
They can be good or bad.
So if you don't want spoilers for Tales of Arise.
The heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying.
It's true. Spoil this. Yo, I'll spoil you, Bill. Why aren't you playing Goose with the homies right now?
Realistically speaking,
what's
surely
going
we'll
on?
all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends.
I
If
did
we
it.
can
I
build a
spoiled
society
Tales of
that
Arise.
looks like
Oh
that,
no.
That'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
I'm
So
already
you wish for
spoiled.
people to form real bonds and do away with the
That's why I'm no
hierarchy of
good.
birth. To deal with one another as humans and nothing more. That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost.
Man, can
Do
we
you still
just
plan to
like...
return to Lenegus when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegus
Please.
proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you.
Damn. Mommy, sorry? Well, she called him Doe?
Did you just... Never mind.
Got anything planned for after Arise? We'll be going back to Final Fantasy 15 to finish that up.
I appreciate
And then we'll be continuing the Final Fantasy marathon with World of Final Fantasy, and then the final game of the marathon is FF7 Remake Hard Mode. And then
Don't you think that brings down a barrier?
in January we are playing Legend of Dragoon.
You know,
just because that's our annual thing.
Before.
And
I do like the sound of it.
Yeah.
once the Final Fantasy marathon is done and Legend of Dragoon is done in January, I don't actually know what I'm planning next. Probably, I'm either going to start another marathon or I'm just going to play some games. I am having a good night. It's been a very good night, actually.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, he wants to be your boyfriend.
Well, If everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle.
Yakuza Marathon?
So I wanted
I'll
to
invest in buying you the
apologize
first
where I
game.
can.
I was about to say, I have never played any of the Yakuza games, but I have heard good things.
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that.
This anime ending needs nothing to do without context. 100%.
I get
We're
why you were
like
angry
60
now.
hours into the
Anybody
game,
would
so
do something they
it
trusted
probably
in
makes no
question.
sense.
So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been on
Past 7
something.
hours has been this cutscene.
Of course you were
Yeah, it's like
Who wouldn't be if they found out
the
there might be
final
an
like
invisible force
little
watching us
bit
through
has
this whole
just been
time?
cutscenes, and it's if 14 is to be included, it should be the whole MSQ starting at AR. Astro, I thought you and I were
Because you can sense
friends.
it a lot more than the rest of us? Because
If you don't
can
want to be
understand
friends
it?
anymore, just tell me.
Yeah, I think that might be part of it.
With
But I think
Lalafell. Alright, well,
also
I guess I'm
believe it's
unsubbing.
good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning.
So Kisara and Dolim have
Even
had
if
their
that
conversation.
meaning
This is
was only helping
Rinwell
us fight.
and Law's conversation. So
When
then
I felt Dana's will,
we'll probably have a
I was
Shion
overwhelmed by how
and
vast and warm it
Alphin
was.
conversation,
It
a
made me
group
want to believe my
conversation,
powers were
and
making
then we'll
things
actually be
good.
able to play games.
It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Hevrick 35 might know the answer.
Swear to God. I'm so sick of the cutscenes.
But
I love this fucking game, but oh my
I don't
God.
need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Oh
Now you
my.
won't tell me what you were thinking?
Alright, that's it. Get together.
Get out already.
That's adorable. And next cutscene. My fucking God. Ah!
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't.
I knew this was going to happen, but ah!
Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Shion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrect 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back,
cat's paw hydrate.
sword to destroy
I'ma fucking do it. I can drink water. No, I'm not killing Shion. She's too hot for that. God.
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma.
Thank you for the hydrate. Did I take my meds today? I did. I did. Thank you for asking.
And beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we...
The Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike.
Kirito!
I don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Damn. This is the depressing.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen.
Finn.
Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how
Damn.
I felt the first
Shion's
time
kind of a baddie in that outfit.
My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would...
I can't wait for cosplayers.
In my entire
Anime
life,
North is gonna be lit.
I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you.
Shion is just kind of a baddie. Yo, true Aldrich shit.
For the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that
Don't eat bad chips. Yo, Shion? Wrong Shion, Astro. Come on. Oh, touch his chin.
Still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because
Yo, there's so much hot boy shit happening in here.
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Alright. That was
Yeah.
That shit right there is why anime is cursed. Because that's cute as fuck. And I care. I hate when shit like that happens in anime because it makes the tsundere girls extremely cute. And then they're all just like, yo, I'm gonna hate you for the entire game, but also I know you're about to tell me that you love me. Don't tell me you kawaii!
We should probably get
Fuck!
moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is
Fucking
relatively
cute
straightforward.
ships!
We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new
Damn
future
it.
for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
That's it, I'm fighting Bill.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one
Ugh.
last world to tear down.
One last one!
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Phasal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek
Keeping.
35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive?
Warp
You mean
drive.
like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Digi-modify!
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Should?
You'll need to be careful.
Digivolution
Due to the
activate!
force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
The final dungeon is probably
We gotta
long
go
as
all the way
shit.
down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last...
Everyone's doing cute shit, son of a bitch.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Holy shit. Is this a playable... How long are... We're an hour and a half into the stream. Holy shit. We did it. We made it somewhere playable. Shit.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Yo, anime? Anime? Warp.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
Based off what I'm seeing here, we're probably going to finish up some side quests today.
With nothing left here,
and then next stream,
the Great Spirit
which today's Sunday, so next stream is tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be the end of Tales of Arise.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
And, the final dungeon. Cool. Okay.
So this is Rena.
Special owls seem to have
This is where
appeared throughout
everything
Dana.
began. Yet it's a dead
Oh my
world.
god, another skit. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm looking up where those owls are, by the way. Because those owls are what get you the items. Those items let you transfer your skills to New Game Plus. If you don't get these last owls, then when you do New Game Plus, you don't get any of your
Come to
shit.
think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
So I'm just gonna look up where those last 6 owls are.
This is essentially a world-size...
I know where like 2 of them are actually, but
Are
YOLO.
you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
Oh my god. Just let me play.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit.
This has been an hour and 36 minutes of cutscene.
Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going
I am
to
very excited for this, like, I'm so curious how this game's gonna end,
We need
though.
to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Ha! Son of a bitch.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans start oppressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
there will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
One day we'll kill something.
You're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
So, wow. Oh my god. So this last area, holy shit. I understand now why my one buddy was just like, bring popcorn for like the final area of the game.
Been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
No skip? Oh, no skip. Can I fast travel? Okay, it is side quest time. Holy, alright, but first we're doing those owls. Alright, let's just do these fucking owls. Alright. Pelaglia. Glenhammead Castle. Jesus, we actually get to play the game! Holy! Alright, where's the elevator? Are you fucking kidding me? There's another skin.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
Ow, ow, ow!
Oh no.
Seriously, what the hell?
Holy!
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegus.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their
I
own.
am super
There's also
Vegeta.
no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
No skit? Okay, cool. I'm glad that it's letting me play the game.
Hey, Alvin, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy! Hey! She's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go. Ow!
What just happened? Alright, so the throne room should be to the left. If there's even longer cutscenes, I mean, probably. Alright, throne room. Huh. Alright, there's an owl. Hey look, an owl!
Senses something.
What's up, big boy?
There's history in the air here.
I can smell it. So I'm pretty sure artifact. Battle Maiden Shield, yeah. Carry over equipment. So yeah, if I'm doing New Game Plus, now I get to keep all of my gear. If you don't collect these owls before you do New Game Plus, you don't get any of your shit.
I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
So we're gonna go to this one. Gotta
Do you
go.
sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
I need something to eat.
Supposedly the dead center. Dead center. Hello? Oh. It's just you, idiot. I'll collapse your chest with my eyes. I'll quite simply think at you and you'll die. Right here. Alrighty. Hey, a treasure chest. And a thing. I actually didn't know the treasure chest was here. Best of secrets. Cool.
The design of this equipment is really
You
Oh,
must really like it, Alphen.
the fuck? Alright, it's a vest, which means it's for, that one guy. Doling, antique collector. Hoot. I don't think that was a hoot.
Look who.
Vest. Vest of secrets. Hoot.
One of your.
Did that change anything for him? Vest of secrets, you got one? No? Okay. Alright, where's the next? Oh god, why is there new side quests? Okay. Sislodia. Sislodia Revile Tower.
He's.
Ooh, a treasure chest. That's fairly accurate. It's back here, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, there's a skit.
Hey,
This
Rinwell,
game.
Tell me about your parents.
At least we're getting through it
What
now.
were they like?
We're getting through them skits now.
That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal.
Never fear, Riku's here.
Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Sislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Oh my god, there's a fucking another one.
Poodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears
Bring
to
popcorn
enjoy being the
indeed.
center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hoodle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hoodle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Yo, you have
Wish I had that problem.
a good night,
I'm lucky
Astro.
If I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hoodle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hoodle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
Oh good, there isn't another one. I can keep playing the fucking game. Holy shit. You're who I'm here for, Owlman.
Ooh.
Broken machine gun. Alrighty.
I sense a strange power from this.
Where's the next one? Fuck's sakes. Thought we weren't allowed to watch movies on Twitch. You shut your mouth, I know. Alright. Now where are we going? Slodia, Menancia, Guard Tower, Adelina, entrance. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of skits when I get here, aren't I? And skit. I'm afraid to move. Oh, I heard it. I heard it. Can I hit the R1 button here? Can I just hit the R1 button here? I heard it happen. Seriously, video game? I need to go to the second floor. Guard room. Alright, and R1. Motherfucker.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we've
I'm glad we're doing this now. I'm glad we're not doing it next stream, because next stream we're just going to finish the fucking
Do
game.
me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess...
Storytelling. Oh my god. You don't need to drop the entire story in the same fucking... Oh.
Change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on
Hey,
our own.
Fate!
It's our responsibility.
Anjemon, is that you?
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
Anjemon, little bitch,
She
wow.
did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Son of a bitch. Fuck's
Hey,
sakes.
Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia, though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Oh my god. Are we saved? Are we saved? We're saved. Hi. Alrighty. We get to play the game. Holy shit. Ah. Alright, we're just gonna finish up these owls. Hopefully not a million more skits. What's up, big
Do
man?
you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Ooh, ooh,
Ooh, ooh.
ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh, my back. My neck. My milkshake. Why is there a skit?
I see you've got your relics all lined up again. What are you doing? Huh? They're so bright now.
Oh, it's you two. I was merely tending to my collection.
Don't you think you've polished them enough by now?
You take better care of your relics than you do yourself.
I tried to take good care of them. However, no matter how much work I put in, it refused to respond.
I thought you could hear their voices somehow.
I can, but that's all I can do with them. I can't actually engage in conversation with them. Not yet.
What are they saying? Did they really want you to polish them that much?
You're right. I was so enraptured with them, I may have selfishly failed to consider their own wishes. I must open my mind and sincerely engage with them in earnest.
He never gets tired of his relics, does he?
Nope. It is interesting to look at them when they're all lined up together like this, though. Like how these two have similar designs. It makes me wonder if they were made in the same period.
An excellent observation. Yes, I too suspect they're somehow intimately related as well.
I don't see what you two are talking about at all.
What's this? Why, that smear wasn't there previously. Could it be responding to my voice at long last? It's rather viscous and has a distinct aroma to it.
Ugh, Hoodle! These relics are no place for you to do your business!
Da-da-da-da-da-da!
Priceless pieces of history!
Come on, Dohalim. Let's go wash your hands before you catch anything weird.
Give me another skit.
Maybe
I swear to
something's going on in
fucking
the
God.
forest.
No! We're not going back to the forest yet. We'll go back when we have all of the fucking owls. All of them, I tell you. All of them. Oh my god. Ganoth Harros. Alright. Delpharis Castle. Lord's Chamber. We can go straight to where the owl is. There's gonna be a skit. Hoodle ain't give a fuck about your artifacts. Just run before the skit starts.
Hoodle
Run
censored
before the
something.
fuck.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah.
What?
A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
Oh
I
my
meant
god.
in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Oh my god.
Or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she
Oh,
was
called out.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know,
Oh my
I used
god.
to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss
See?
about?
Law is in love. Just, he's in love. Oh no.
What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back.
Why is Hoodle just starting shit with everyone?
Looks of it. I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Why is Hoodle just out to cause, like, problems? I swear to god, give me another skit. I can't believe the white ball just went in.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess.
Y'all fucking?
A lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Look, another one. Holy fuck.
Even
There's like
after
4
studying her,
skits.
they never
There's like
truly
4
got to the
skits per
bottom of what
thing.
makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always.
My god.
There
What
must
time
be
is it?
something
10 o'clock.
Yes, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
Jesus
A
Christ.
bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen?
What?
Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
My god. What's up, Mr. Owl? Alright, so there's only one more owl left in the game and it's locked behind a side quest that we're gonna go do. Let's see, carry over all of our records, carry over skills, carry over equipment, carry over our levels. Yeah, you literally can't do New Game Plus with levels if you don't do this. Carry over money and items. Alright, so yeah, we just gotta get the one more thing. Alright. Actually doing a quest? I know, eh? Well, I guess we could go, like, pick up the rest of them, too, eh?
Yeah, here.
Which probably means, you know, like, we're gonna run into something else. I don't know, let's see. There's a quest in Mosgul and a quest in Ulzebek.
Don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
We're gonna go grab all the quests.
Hey.
He's hungry.
Yes.
Just great.
Merchant from Cislodia is visiting Glanamine.
Got it.
Hey. Yay!
Alright.
Shion's always got food. Alright, so merchant from Glanamine, okay. Okay. Oh my god, there it is. There's another one. Yeet.
I never realized before just how hot this place is.
It's
like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance
Yeah, that water.
boiling it first.
Oh, I know. I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. He'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Shion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then everybody dies.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this, bringing down the wall. I have no regrets.
Damn, that's adorable.
Welcome back, Law.
Okay. So now we go to the one that's in Ulzebek. It's from Nate. It looks like Nath is giving it.
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
It's not Nath. It's this guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, Nath has a favor. Okay.
Just...
I guess... Thanks.
Alright, we've got that one now. Okay. Any quests there? Nope. Any quests there? Nope. Nope. There's one in Pelagion, and there's one in Dekfazal. God damn it, there's a quest. There's a quest in space? Why?
Always good to be back in.
I swear to God, if you put up a skit, I fucking dare you.
Happened. Yes.
What's in space?
Excuse me. Hey.
What? That's an elderly person.
Really now?
Surface Arena, track down experimental Zoogle.
What?
Collect tissue from said Zoogle.
I see. Agreed.
Okay, so that
Very nice.
is a Zoogle on Rena. It's a 6-armed giant. What if I don't want to fight it? That seems... No, hold on. What if I don't want to fight a 6-armed giant?
Pauline, the line of research.
What? What? What did I just fucking sign up for? But, alright. There's also a side quest in Pelugia. Fighting a Hillgiggers. Hell yeah.
Perhaps I should have put
I know this skit's gonna start. I know this skit's gonna start, so... The wedding? Oh, right, there's a wedding! Fuck, I forgot. Ugh. So much happening. And there's the skit. There it is, everyone!
I haven't thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Please, just throw me off a bridge.
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Damn,
And like a
called it
true
out.
guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
Yes.
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
What are we talking about?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Wait, really? Only one skit and it was about taking a shit? Yo, hell yeah. Fucking poggers. Okay, Okay, so let's look at our field guide. We have activity records. We have, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 quests and some of them are level 60, so... We can't do that one. Fuck it, we're already here. Let's do this one. We're already there.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Bow, 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 bow.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Dolan.
Oh.
This is gonna take a while. Alright, the wedding is done.
Cheers.
Cheers! What? Nice try, you two.
Never.
Wait. Something.
I want to be alone.
Couldn't.
How could I? Please, I'm so lonely.
This is just like what happened before.
I'm alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? Oh,
Alvin?
Oh, what is Alvin doing?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of. There's also this one, so please.
Oh, he's giving her a bouquet!
Together. Shion!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. That said, even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after...
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go.
You never cease to amaze.
Cherry toss bouquet. Wedding cake cutter. What the fuck did I just happen? What? What?
Feeling better now?
What just happened? I just got an armor skin, didn't I? Oh my god, it's so strong. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. I don't care anymore. Silver armor. What is that armor that... Silver suit of armor. Experience boost! Hell yeah! What is happening? We got love weapons. It's so strong. But also it's not this sword, so we're going back to that.
Now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Right, I guess I should actually, like, look at what the next quest is. Alright, so their future is done. See, aren't these all, like, level 60 quests? Talk to Nate. Talk to the merchant. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do...
It's not like
Oh, wait, hold on. First, let's go talk to...
I have no room for
What just happened? I'm so tired. Okay.
Being a grown-up isn't easy.
There we go. We don't want that. Fogworld Limestone. See, I can't remember if that's a level 60 quest or not. Adelina Palace. The library for the books. Never a Snow Plains. That's... The Phantom Flower Certificate. I know we fought it, and I can't remember what level it was, so I'm just gonna look it up. I think it was like level 55, which might... it's... I think that's still too much for us. Yeah, this motherfucker is high level. Okay. We can't do that one yet, since it's a level 60 quest. Alright. So then, maybe we just go talk to... We can't really talk to Nath or talk to the merchant, so let's talk to Nath.
Is it?
Alright, let's talk to Nath. What's up, Nath?
Huh?
Well...
Higgly away, Zoogle there.
Alright.
Alright.
I guess.
Alright, so...
Got it.
Okay, so... It's a Zoogle in the sealed off area. Oh, I know exactly where it is. Alright, we're gonna check this Zoogle. If it's a level 60 Zoogle, then we have to come back to kill that one as well. So Igliowace.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Judging by the stench...
Okay, do you have anything to kill?
The animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Oh, cool. Rat pig meat. We can't use rat pig meat anymore. Fine, we'll just do sheep. Look at that. Forge weapon. Realm Unifier? What the fuck is that? Oh, that must be his ultimate weapon. Where the fuck do I get those items? Where the fuck do I get those items? Oh, I actually bet you get, like, a lot of those items from, like, the final dungeon. I don't know why I'm asking dumb questions. That's a cool looking fucking sword. I also don't have any money. So his last three swords are all cool as hell. Monochrome Spiral. Is that her ultimate weapon? Because that's very nice. Look at that thing. That's extremely nice. Lieber Patter. Okay. Sistora. Matriarch Martel. Oh my god, look at that thing. That's beautiful. I want it. Oblivion Ring. Local conflict. So I wonder, it raises the caster's power to its Ireland. I wonder if that's the ultimate book. It looks like it should be. And with that in mind, when I get that, I can probably finish the side quest. I need money. Divine Wrath, Oblivion Gauntlets. Oh god, look at those! Well, if I can finish up all the side quests today, then I can grind out the ultimate weapons before we do the final dungeon. Tomorrow. So let's go to that so-called thing over here. I have a feeling this is a level 60 fight. So here's what we're gonna do.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter?
Bah. Alrighty.
Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be like level 68.
Got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too. Better keep our distance.
Level 53. I'm level 45. I might be able to fight this.
Is it high? Just smash it out again. Go for the weak point.
You know, we're gonna try and fight it. We're not doing any damage. Okay, so it's like meant to be hit by law. This is the first fight of the day, and we've been playing for 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Get out of this! You're mine!
Ready!
Take this! Shield and strike! I'll face you! Rising Wyvern!
This thing is doing a bunch of damage.
That was a bad idea. This one's mine! Eagle Ray! Can't move! I'll take you all on!
I saw a thing, apparently NFTs are going to be taxable from now on. Report this transaction to the IRS in 15 days without any kind of tax. Seriously devalues them. Good. Fuck NFTs.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Vacuum blade! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Elusive deity!
Wow, I'm actually tired enough that this is kind of hard to play. Yeah, that's like that's actually really big. Jesus Christ, dead again.
fluidity of your movement is simply incredible. This one's mine! The flame inside is yours to be let free!
A lot of people just died.
Look sharp! Look sharp! Inferno crossing! Going in! Will this help? Resonate with the earth! Stay away from my friends!
Yeah, this thing is too strong. We're gonna go back to our save there, and we'll fight that thing when we level up a little bit. Probably in New Game Plus, because it's like one-shotting the party now. Okay, so if I look at my list of things to do, activity records. So we know this is level 50 or higher. This is level 56. This is on Rena. Head to the top of the tower. We don't know how strong that one is. Spirit Temple. We have one that's like talk to somebody somewhere. This one. Talk to the merchant in Glanamede Castle. Okay, let's do that one. It would be nice. It would be nice if we didn't have this thing that like is literally blowing up the planet for, you know, the sake of it. Nathan, wow, okay, yeah, guys, I'm extremely tired, so I'm just pressing buttons, and they're not doing what I want them to do. At the top of the castle, right? 3rd floor? Okay. This guy's pressing buttons, I am. Just pressing fucking buttons. we finish up the side quest and then just like call it for the night because it's 10:30. Okay, so we streamed for a good amount of time, but like, wow, I'm like unable to function. Can't believe it's 11:30 real people time. Oh, that also makes sense actually. Oh god, it's this fucking idiot. Go to bed. No, I'm coming to play Goose. I don't have to function to play Goose.
Hey.
Hey! Yes!
Right.
Sure.
I don't believe this! Ah!
Okay. Great.
Gather some ingredients.
Yes!
What ingredients do you need? Hey look, I got all your ingredients.
Yes!
Oh, I don't have all your ingredients. What's the other ingredient? Acquire 6 wheat. Wait, really? That's it? Just 6 wheat? Alright, hold up. I need a merchant. Wait. We talk to this idiot.
We've reached our destination.
Oh, you're less useful than I thought you were gonna be. Let me buy the wheat!
We've reached our destination.
I've literally bought wheat before. Where did it go? Let's try here. Can you buy wheat here? Where's the wheat? Hello.
Finally.
Wheat. Wow, we literally had 5 out of 6. There we go. Third floor. Hey, what's up, Gordano? Giordano?
Yes!
Right.
Yes! Ah!
This is absolutely, positively delightful.
But this is...
Wow.
Oh shit, he figured something out.
Yes!
Oh.
Amazing.
Nice work. Very nice.
Oh, donuts? Let's go. Alright, we did the cooking side quest. It's done. Okay. Colon dog. Colon dog, colon dog. Hey, there was a point to this quest. Right. Fuck. I was like, what do you mean I'm not done?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Boy! Oh my god.
Hey.
Yo, why do all the rest of the side quests, like, require you to be level 60?
Hmm?
Yes. Oh.
Yay! What? Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah!
Clerk uniform. Clerk uniform, what the fuck is that? Because they're endgame side quests. You should be 60 by now. I have been fighting absolutely everything, and I am not level 60.
Roasted in that ring.
I'm level 45. And you have spent most of the stream watching me fight absolutely everything. Oh, don't like that. Oh, everybody got... Oh, hello there. Well, you look good in that. But the maiden outfit, though. Took the final boss on at 62. So I haven't done anything on Rena yet. I got fast travel back and left. Ooh, it looks good on Rinwell, too. I see.
What we could really
So I'm
do
assuming
is
you get
check
access
this
to
out.
fast travel again, when you're in Rena. Okay. So yeah, there's gonna be a few quests that I actually can't do tonight. That's not good. Igloo Waste. Right before the final battle. Okay, that's good to know. So, alright. I'm just gonna run this by you, then. Let's see. Activity records. Okay, so subquests. Evil Forest, I'm about to go there hand in the Last of the Owl, except for one more, which is locked behind a side quest. Tissue Sample is on Rena. Farewell Mage, I'm guessing this is a level 60 quest. You're climbing the tower. Spirit Temple, I know is level 60. I walked in there. Phantom Flower of Navira is like level 55. I can't kill it yet. Bibliophile, I need the rarest book. So I'll have to probably craft Rinwell's best weapon. Untamable Rage, this was a level 60 area, and Mixed Feelings is a level 60 area. So I'm pretty sure all of these are either post game or like just before the final boss. So
Would be good.
So I'm just gonna go to the Owl Forest. Yeah, from the sounds of it, yeah, I'm caught up for now. Okay, cool. It's good to know. Hoot hoot. Time is at 10:40. Yeah, I'm way too tired to try and go through Rena today. I did not enjoy this part of the game, by the way. As soon as you get to Lenegis, it was like 4 or 5 hours of cutscenes. I did not think that was great. Tunica Rena. Hoot hoot hoot. Outfits. Tunica Rena. Not as good. That's actually pretty nice, but not as good. He looks good in it, but not as good. Okay. Just looking at one quick thing. Need this. What am I doing? Wow, I definitely can't keep playing today, so I'm just gonna gather some stuff. Because, my brain is melting. Hey, dude. Go to the wedge, go to the fishing spot. Alright, I'm gonna hit R1. A skit!
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A
A
pebble?
pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right.
So Alphen's just an idiot.
Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome? That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Okay. I'm assuming it's go to the fishing spot, right? Oh no, this is literally just a fishing spot. Okay. So apparently a quest is supposed to like automatically
I
start when
think
you're
it's
here.
safe to rest here now.
And it's not happening. Anybody? Anybody got a quest? Any of you? No? None of you? I will just happily move along to that Renin place. The website's saying that it just... Oh. I'm an idiot. I went to the wrong place first. Don't mind me, I went to the wrong spot. I see. We actually want to be... Okay, Nathan. I want to be here. This is actually where I want to be. Wow. Don't mind me.
We've reached our destination.
I don't care. I'm just trying to gather a quest and then turn the stream off. Release me from my mortal coil. There we go. A message in a bottle. And then we basically have to go. So none of the quests that we have now can be done at our level. We pretty much have to go do all of Rena, except for actually beating the game, and then go back out and do the last few subquests. And then we can beat the game. So it's either going to be next stream or the stream after that. But depending on where we are next stream, like if we finish all the side quests and then are like halfway through Rena, I'll just extend stream and finish the game.
Right.
Start quest, Beyond the Grave. Alright, that quest is level 59, so we cannot do that.
I wonder what we'll find out.
What we can do is go here.
This time.
Most likely Zoogles.
You probably won't be high enough till then. Yeah, that's fine. I just mean, like, if I get to the end of Rena and then do all the side quests and, like, there's only, like, an hour left of stream, but, like, I can, like, go finish the game, I'm just gonna go finish the game. But that's gonna be a tomorrow thing, because I'm gonna save, because holy fuck, this entire fucking area was just... How long have we been streaming? Almost 3 hours. This has basically been 2 hours and 45 minutes of cutscenes and 5 minutes of gameplay today. And you know what? Fuck it. It was fun. I guess. Anyways, I'm tired. So I'm going to hit that button. We'll be back tomorrow with potentially the end of Tales of Arise. And if it's not the end, it is close to the end. It's like the second of the end. So we'll be back tomorrow with that. I'm going to go do something. I don't know. Y'all have yourselves a good night. Peace out.
What will you do tomorrow?
That's a good question. I guess no one knows
what tomorrow may bring.
Whoa.